welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my go-to glam routine. This is a routine that I've been following religiously for like a year now, and everyone always asks me about it, like what my favorite products are, what I've been using for this and that, and so I just decided to make a video and kind of lay it all out there. So if you'd like to see how I got this glam look, then keep on watching. Okay, so to start off this look, I wet my beauty blender. This is a Morphe beauty sponge. I think it retails for like $8. It's super affordable, and I think it's way better than the actual beauty blender. And then next, I use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer to prime my skin. It's really kind of expensive, but it's definitely worth it. And this has lasted me for like literally ever. So all I do is just like dip into it and kind of just rub it all over my face with the beauty sponge. Okay, and now that that is done, I go in with my foundation. So usually when I have like a tan, or if I self-tan, I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the shade Cream Beige. But if I'm more on the paler side, I use Buff Bisque in the same foundation. Now, I love this foundation. I've tried multiple different types of foundations, like really high-end stuff, and like paid $50 to $60 for foundation, and it just was not my favorite. I don't know, but I decided to try this out about a year ago, and I literally love it. I have been using this since then, and it's just like my favorite go-to foundation. It's pretty full coverage, and it's also buildable if you need more coverage. And also this foundation just like has the perfect undertones that match my skin, so I really love it. I have oily skin, so it does pretty well for me. I don't feel super oily by the end of the day, and it stays on pretty well. Gonna blend this out. Okay, so now that that's blended out, I'm gonna go in with the KKW Beauty Concealer, and I'm in the shade 5. And literally, I don't really use a lot of concealer, so I just use like the smallest amount. I don't get really extra with it and draw like the huge triangles or anything. Just cause like, I don't know, I don't feel like I have to do that. So yeah, I actually got this concealer when it first came out, and I've been using it ever since. I just love it. Try and like blend in circular motions, just to get like the concealer all spread out across my under eye. Alright, so now that that's nice and blended to the best I can get it, I'm going to use this Cover FX setting powder. It's in Translucent Light, and I'm going to use this little powder brush. It came in the James Charles brush set. It's a Morphe E48, and I'm just going to dip a little bit of that into the lid. Just kind of pat it on, and I'm just putting this powder wherever I put concealer down. Okay, and after that's done, I'm going to use this nasty little brush that I need to replace, but just haven't gotten around to it. Then I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Duo Matte Powder in the shade 205. I'm literally almost out. But yeah, I just swirl my brush in the pan and kind of use this to set my foundation in place and also provide a little bit more coverage. I like to start the day off looking pretty matte, so throughout the day I don't really get too oily. This brush literally needs to be replaced. It sheds all over the place. Okay. And after that is done, I go in with some bronzer. I use the NARS bronzer in Laguna, and I'm just taking this giant fluffy brush from Morphe, and it's the M527 brush. I'm just going to use this to shape outside of my face. I like to look pretty bronzy, so I mean, You can decide how much bronzer you want to put on, but I usually go in hard. And to make it look more chiseled, I'm gonna go in with an angled brush. This is from Sephora. It's the Pro Angled Blush Brush, which I don't use it for blush, but whatever. I'm just gonna follow like my natural cheekbone shape and kind of blend it up. Alright, and next I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit. I'm using the Morphe E62 brush. This is from the James Charles brush set. T. Like, that makes such a difference. Even though I Facetune like a nose contour onto my pictures, like I still kind of contour my nose.
Thank God for Facetune.
Okay. Now that my nose is
snatch-a-rude,
I'm gonna go in with some blush, and I just have this Real Techniques blush brush. It's pretty
large.
And I'm using the KKW Beauty blush in the shade Destiny. Looks like this. It's really pretty, and I like it for my skin tone. And I'm just applying this like right above my bronzer and kind of like meshing the two together. And the next step is brows. So I'm obviously going to do this off camera because watching me do brows is painful. So I just used the Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. I love this brow pencil. It's my go-to, but I think it's like everyone's go-to nowadays. Okay, so my brows are now on, and I'm going to use the NYX Control Freak. It's just like a clear eyebrow gel, and I just use this because my eyebrow hairs are literally atrocious. So I'm just gonna set these down, and I kind of like fluff them up to make it look more natural, I guess you could say. Next, what do I do next? Okay, so next I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is just like something I always do. Ow. If I'm going to work or something, I just apply some mascara and call it a day. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but for like my go-to glam, I guess you could say, if I'm taking pictures or something, I usually apply lashes, and I use the Lily lashes. They're my absolute favorite. So when I apply lashes, I usually start with applying eyeliner. Ugh, hair in my mouth. This is just the Mary Kay liquid eyeliner pen, but any liquid eyeliner would work. Oh, I hate that. I always do one eye better than the other, but who cares? I'm not going anywhere. Alright, so now that that's on, I'm gonna get out my lashes. I get compliments on these lashes literally all the time. They look so like, yes. They look so wispy and natural, and I just love them. And for eyelash glue, I'm gonna be using the Duo Strip Lash Adhesive. You have to let the lash dry with the glue on it and then apply it, because if you try and apply it when the glue's wet, it just is a disaster. Let this dry. I usually wait about like 30 to 45 seconds. And usually I have tweezers for this step of the way, but I lost my tweezers, so I'm gonna have to do this old-fashioned way and use my hands. Now, this usually isn't that hard, but with long nails it's hard to really get in there and, you know, like glue it down, so bear with me. T. Actually didn't go as bad as what I expected. Time for the other one. And usually after I'm done applying like the second one, I go back to the first one and kind of pinch it, I guess you could say, to make sure both my lashes and the fake lashes are adhered together. And while I'm waiting for the second one to dry, I usually apply bottom mascara. See, I'm already looking so much better than what I did before.
Guess that's the point of makeup.
Like, look how pretty these are. Love that. Second to last step is setting my face and kind of getting it a little bit damp to apply my highlighter, because I always like to apply my highlighter on kind of damp skin because I feel like it makes it look more, you know what I mean? Okay. So I like to use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Gold Light, and once you shake it, it kind of has this like shimmery effect. And so I just kind of do like 1, 2, 3, 4 little squirts. And then I use 2 different highlighting brushes. This one is from the James Charles brush set, and it's the Morphe M501. And then this is just a fan brush from Morphe and Bretman Rock's highlighter palette. And for my highlight, I like to use that shade in the James Charles palette called Face. And by the way, if I'm doing any type of eyeshadow look, I've been reaching for this James Charles palette literally ever since I got it, and it's just amazing. I freaking love it. So on top of the MAC Fix Plus spray, I use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and kind of really go to town with it. And when my face is damp, I just go in with the fan brush first. I also really like a dramatic highlight, so I really pack it on. I'm just gonna spray again in the middle of my face. And I use this little doodad to highlight my nose. A little bit on the brow bone, inner corner. I've been loving an inner corner highlight recently. Just, I feel like emphasizes your eyes a little bit more and kind of like pulls the attention to like the center of your face, which I really like. Then just going over to kind of give it a more defined shimmer and my Cupid's bow teeth. Alright. And the last step, usually, like I said, if I'm taking pictures, I always like to put on some type of lip gloss or a velvet lip. So let me grab a lip and I will be right back. Okay, so I like to stick with like neutral pinks. So I was debating between these two, and I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is Kylie Jenner Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Brat, and I love this one. It's so cute. Let me leave it like this. Yay. Okay guys, this is the final completed look. This is my go-to glam. I love this whole routine I have going on. I've been doing it for about almost a year now, so I obviously love it because I used to be someone who switches up my routine quite frequently. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you can take away some tips and tricks and maybe try some new products out. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!